Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It is me, Mysterious Cameraman, and today I am going to be reviewing DC Legends of Tomorrow Season 1 and if it's still good. So this is my first video of 2024 and I'm very excited to do it. I've been resting for the past few days. The fan film awards really were not easy to edit, so I really took a bit of a break from filming and editing. Back 5 days, 6 days later. I really needed the break, but I have a lot of videos coming up, so yeah, let's talk about this thing. Before we get into it, I have a lot of good videos coming up, but I do want to see your ideas for anything coming up in 2024. So if you have any ideas for my channel, any videos you want to see, put them down below, because I do have some videos for January, not so many though. So if you have any ideas, please put them down below in the comments, because I really would love to see your ideas. And I have a decent amount of things. I have 2 Arrow reviews coming up. Few fan films, I think, but besides that, I don't have so much. So if you guys have any videos you want me to do, below. And also check out the Fan Film Awards 2023. They were such a fun event to run. I'm so happy I did them, and I can't wait for 2024. So check them out, and congratulations to all the winners. Besides that, let's jump into the review. Okay, I think we have to begin with saying my thoughts on Legends more like my previous stuff. For the Flash, I saw like 4 times, and then I did the videos, and an Arrow I never saw, and I did my videos. This I've seen once, and I didn't finish it. I think I finished Season 5, and I definitely haven't seen 6 and 7. I don't know if I've seen 5. I've definitely seen 4, but I don't remember anything. Like, now I remember Season 1, I just watched it. But besides that, I don't, like, have memories of it. I think the first time I watched it was in 2016 when it aired. So, like, I don't have a memory of the show, but I'll admit, it was interesting. Like, it's right up. Like, I love Legends of Tomorrow. Like, the premise of them going through time, I love it. But parts of it I don't like. So, let's just jump into the pilot part 1. Honestly, let's just talk about the cast first. I feel like that's a fun place to start. Rip Hunter is my favorite character, I'm going to be honest. He is such a fun part of it. Like, you can't, like, say Rip Hunter's a bad character. It's, like, impossible. He is such a good character. Like, really. Like, there's nothing else to be said about it. Rip Hunter really is just such an incredible character. But, yeah, he's just so good. I don't know why Rip Hunter is so good. Like, that's the thing. Like, he doesn't deserve to be as good as he is. But he is, like, just such a good character. And then we have a lot of other things. We have, like, Captain Cold. He's really good. Firestorm. I'll admit, I do like Firestorm. I don't hate Firestorm. I do like Firestorm. I like both members of Firestorm. I don't like a lot of the Legends at the start. That's the thing. I like them towards the end of the season. At the start of the season, though, I don't like the majority of the Legends. I know that's purposeful. But they're not fun characters to follow for the majority of the season. Like, it isn't till, like, what, episode maybe, like, 9 or 10 where I actually started, like, liking the characters. But who else? Mick Rory I never was a huge fan of. Sarah Lance as well. I always liked her, but I never, like, enjoyed her character so much. Ray Palmer I always really liked. He was always pretty good. And Hawkman and Hawkgirl, I don't care about either of their characters. Like, they're both useless. Okay, let's just begin with episode 1. I'll admit, the pilot was pretty good. I don't remember much from it. Like, I remember it, and I'll admit, the pilot was pretty good. I didn't love that. I just didn't love it. I liked the pilot. I didn't love the pilot. I think it could have been better, but it wasn't bad in any way. I just didn't love it. I think there were certain issues with it that I had. For example, I just didn't like the way that, like, we went right to 1975 to kind of useless plot. I really liked Kronos, though. I thought that was cool. Vandal Savage, I didn't like as a villain. Like, I thought he was fine, but he wasn't great. But I liked the pilot. I didn't love the pilot. The pilot part 2 is when I believe they go to find the younger version of Stein. I do like this episode. I do like us. The issue with these first few episodes, not necessarily the issue, but we have to meet these characters. We have to really develop Stein and all these characters from their own shows to make them better here. But I don't like the dynamic between these characters at this point of the season. So it makes it a little, like, annoying. Like, I just don't enjoy seeing these characters on screen so much. I do like Hawkman dying, though, because I thought I was going to suffer through a whole season of him. he's just not a good character. Like, he really isn't. There's nothing, like, redeeming about him. Like, he's kind of just there. Like, Hawkman doesn't do anything for the plot. Like, he's kind of just, like, there. Like, I just don't like him as a character because I think Kendra as well. Like, their characters are useless. Like, I just don't think they're good characters. But, the pilot part 2 is, I think, slightly better than the first one. I don't love it, though. Again, I feel like the issue with the pilot is that it's very fast-paced. Like, they really wanted to give us a full breakdown of what the show's going to be, so they went so fast. Like, they immediately went to that fight with Savage. I was really confused why they went so fast into that fight. But it was fine. It wasn't great, but I liked it. I enjoyed the episode, and I enjoyed parts of it, but I just didn't love the episode. Episode 3, Blood Ties. This is when I really started getting on board with it. Like, episodes 1 and 2, I was like, okay, fine. By episode 3, I was, like, on board with Legends. I think I really got on board towards the end of it, but this is when I started really liking it. I do like Legends because I think it's a really good, like, it's just a good, fun idea. Like, traveling through time, and I do like the cast towards the end. I do like a lot of what they do. I don't love the season yet, though. So I don't love this episode. I barely remember it, but episode 4, I did like episode 4 a decent amount. I do like Leonard Snart, like, fighting, who was it, Ray Palmer. I do like their, like, dynamic. I do like the dynamic between some of the characters that starts to form here. I feel like this is one of the characters who start to form. And I do really like it. I think it's pretty good. Season 1, episode 5, Failsafe. I did really like this episode. This episode was really good. Like, this was a really good episode, in my opinion, because I really liked what they did with, like, it going darker. I do like a lot of it. I feel like they do pretty fun stuff with it. So I really do like this episode. Season 1, episode 6, Star City 2046. I like this. I have, like, divided feelings because I don't love Green Arrow in DC Legends. That's the thing. I feel like DC Legends really tries to throw in Green Arrow whenever they can. Like, he was in the pilot of Season 2, Episode 1, but he doesn't need to be in the pilot. He's just, like, there because Oliver Queen's marketable. And I feel like that's an issue. I feel like the show is, like, a Arrow fixation. Like, it's just, like, Arrow's backup. But they shouldn't keep relying on Arrow, in my opinion. But I think this episode's fine, but it's not great. Season 1, Episode 7, Marooned. I actually did like this episode. Like, this is when I started really liking it. This is when I really liked Snart and Sarah I don't even know where they were trapped, but they were trapped somewhere. And I also really liked a lot of what happened. Like, I really just liked how they were all captured and how the dynamic, like, everyone not liking Rip. I thought that the episode was just really, really good. And was this the episode? No, it's a few episodes when season episode 9 that I did like, but I thought this episode was fine. Season 1, episode 8, The Night of the Hawk. I have, like, mixed feelings on this one because I do like a lot of it because I do like this episode because this is when I got on board with the cast. By this point in the season, I really liked it. I didn't love it until a few more episodes. I did really like it by this point, though. This is when I was really enjoying watching Legends. But I thought this episode was really good, and I like how the first few episodes are starting to pay off here. I like Ray and Kendra being together. I thought the payoff for that was pretty good. And I feel like they did that extremely well. And I really also like the way that all the dynamics, and I do like Firestorm in this. I feel like the race kind of coming in is pretty interesting. And I do like the ending as well. Season 1, episode 9, Left Behind. I actually really liked this episode. Like, I was really surprised how much I did. I was surprised that Ra's al Ghul never came back in Arrow. But he came back in this, and that was, like, odd for me. I was like, why did they not ever bring back Ra's? Like, that could have been so awesome. But, you know, I liked it, though. I thought this was pretty cool. I really liked the Kronos reveal. I thought I saw it coming, but I also really enjoyed it. I also really liked the way that they did, like, Snart breaking his hand off. I knew it was going to happen. I remembered it. But, like, I also loved it. I thought it was such, like, a fun idea. And I liked the team, like, the trial by combat. Because of course, coming right off of Arrow, I thought this was such a genius episode. Season 1, Episode 10, Progeny. This is an interesting episode because I was on a plane when I watched this one. I have, like, vague memories of it. Like, I feel like I remember it fully, but I don't remember anything of it. Because I know this is the episode that went to the future, but I don't remember anything with, like, killing the child. I remember going to the future, and I remember the very end with Vandal Savage being like, you gotta, like, I'm gonna kill everyone. But I have vague memories of everything that happened in between. It's really weird. Season 1, Episode 11, Magnificent 8. This is when I started liking it. I think I watched season 11, 12, 13, 14 all in the same day. Normally, I limit myself to, like, one episode a day. So, I really enjoyed this one. This Magnificent 8 was such a fun episode. This is what I love out of Legends. Like, this is the part of Legends that I really like. I do like some of the more sci-fi stuff, but I do like this one a lot. I like the Legends theme, like the more Western theme. And I also really like Rip. I think finally learning about Rip in this episode and next episode are really good. And I really like him in this episode. I like meeting his friend. I like the Western as well, because it's clear that he's like a Western future cowboy kind of. So I loved seeing him in that duel. That, like, I knew it was coming, because, like, a certain part of the episode was like, okay, he's so doing the duel. But, like, it paid off so well. Because for someone who loves Rip Hunter, I thought that was so good. And I also really enjoyed a lot of the other stuff with, like, Martin becoming connected to the child and Ray becoming sheriff. I thought that was all just fun stuff that was going on. Season 1, Episode 12, Last Refuge. This episode, I think I liked more than that. I really enjoyed this episode. I liked the idea of Pilgrim, like, killing the past ones. And I thought it was really good at first. As the episode went on, I liked it a little, like, it kept happening. I didn't like it as much. But I liked how they were teaming them in birth, and I liked how they were really paying off these characters in a fun way. Like, I really liked what they were doing in this episode. So, I thought this episode was just really genius. I thought everything they did was just so good. And I really liked them having, like, the people hostage and everything from the episode paying off. And I think that was such a good episode. Like, it was such a good one-off villain in an episode. Season 1, Episode 13, Leviathan. This is another episode that I'm, like, divided on. I really liked parts of it. I really liked the idea of being in the future and the tensions that puts on Rip. But I also don't like Savage's daughter. I think that's such, like, a stupid plot device. And also, Kendra having Carter. She's, like, in love with Ray, but on the other hand, she's like, I want to be with Carter instead, and she's like, I can't kill him because there's Carter. But, like, that's not Carter. That's the thing. That's not Carter. So I don't know why she's like, I can't kill him. But I think it's just so stupid. But also the finale I'm going to get to, but, like, I don't know why she couldn't kill Savage. Like, that was such a stupid thing. Like, the whole season was building up to her killing Savage, and then they just don't kill Savage. Like, that was such a stupid plot. But I really like the idea of being in the future. I like the idea of the resistance. I like so much. I really genuinely love so much of this episode. Because I also really like the way that they're, like, doing Leviathan as this, like, I do like the way that they're playing with the Atom as the future thing. But I don't love the episode. That's the thing. Like, I just feel like the Savage's daughter plot is such a, like, a stupid way to get them in the building. Like, Season 1, Episode 14, River of Time. This episode was good. Was this the episode? They get locked up at this one, end of this one, so yeah. This episode was really good, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this is the, there's an episode of The Flash that is like this one. There was one episode that, like, they were there and everyone was, like, making stupid decisions. Was it Season 1? I think it may have been Season 1. I don't remember when, but there was an episode in The Flash when they had, like, the villain captured and they're, like, all tense because he was there. Was that I feel like that was season 1 with Reverse Flash, but I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. I just don't remember. Yeah, I liked this episode. I really did. I feel like everyone talking to Savage was kind of stupid. Like, I think Ray made a lot of sense, but besides, like, Ray, I really liked everyone bouncing off Savage. I thought that was such a fun idea, everyone talking to him. I didn't love the flashbacks. I thought the flashbacks were unnecessary. And overall, I liked this episode a lot. I thought this episode was, like, really fun and really good, especially the twist at the end. Season 1, Episode 15, Destiny. This episode was incredible. I was, like, because of the Flash and how they had really, Arrow started the Tommy Merlin killing right at the end. Then they had Eddie Thawne killed right at the end. I remembered exactly the scene where Captain Cold died. It was one of my favorite scenes, and I thought it was at the end of the finale. But it was at the end of this episode. This episode was really good. I loved Rory being put back into the thing. I liked Rip being, like, in jail and then showing the time stream. What was the time pool? The future thing. The Oculus, I think, maybe. But I really liked it. I liked them pulling the strings, and I liked, like, Rip being the hero almost. Like, not him rebelling against the Time Masters, but the Time Masters being evil. I thought that was such a genius idea. And, like, it actually made me hate the Time Masters. Like, I actually this was the first time this season, like, I felt for the characters. Like, I enjoyed watching them on screen, but this is when I started feeling for the plot. So, yeah, I thought this was a really good episode, and I loved the ending. I knew exactly when I saw that building that Captain Cold was dead, because I know that scene so well. Because that's one of my favorite scenes. And it holds up. Like, I really like the idea of, like, the self-destructing and, like, Ray being pushed. Like, I thought it was such, like, a simple plot point. But it was so good. And it feels so good for the show as well. Like, in a team show, I feel like this is the perfect way to kill off a character. And I loved Adam doing it and then Rory doing it. And I feel like Rory should have been the one that died. I think that would have made the most sense. But I do like that Captain Cold died. I feel like it would have been cool if Captain Cold was doing it and then Rory came back and then knocked out Cold as, like, the thing. But I do like how they played off. And I don't like that Captain Cold died, but he did, so. I thought this episode was still really good. I thought this episode was really good. And then Legendary. Let's talk about Season 1, Episode 16. This episode is, like, really weird. Like, I like the idea of them, like, setting off the time quake. I thought that was an interesting idea. The time bomb, whatever. Here's the thing. I don't get how that kills Savage. Like, I get him being in 3 times at once, but he's gonna be in those 3 times anyway. That's the thing. He's always gonna be in those 3 times, so why is it he's in 3 times he's weaker? I don't get how that killed him. That's the thing. I feel like what would have been cool if them all fighting him and then Kendrick did the final blow. Not everyone just being, like, randomly scattered through time and then Kendrick sending a message through a hat to go to World War II and then it's 3 bombs set throughout time in random places that doesn't even make sense. Like, it didn't make any sense. I didn't like it. But I did like the resolve of the finale. Like, once the stupid plot was over, I did like everything else. And I thought the ending, like, the epilogue of the season was really good. I really liked all that stuff. So, that's my review of Season 1. Let's find my top 3 episodes. Let's just quickly look through this. I just, like, double-checking. I don't know. Like, I think I have a solid top 3. Yeah. Okay, I think this has to be, like, my top 3. I don't know. There's a lot of, like, this season has a lot of, like, mid episodes. Like, a lot of, like, decent episodes. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna have to give 3rd place to, I don't know, I'm gonna have to give 3rd place to Magnificent 8. I like this episode a lot. I think there's a lot of fun stuff in it. I just didn't love it. 2nd place, I'm gonna have to go with Marooned. I surprisingly like this episode. This episode is when I got on board with every cast member. I feel like this was such a fun plot, and he did his plot so well. And I thought this episode, honestly, was incredible. First place is definitely Destiny Season 1, Episode 15. This episode was so good. Like, this episode was just so good. And, yeah, that's my review of DC Legends of Tomorrow Season 1. I'm going to be seeing if Season 2 is still good in just a few weeks. We're going to be seeing if Arrow Season 8 if it's still good in just a few days. And we're going to be ranking all of these seasons of Arrow. But if you have any video ideas, put them below. I really want them. And, yeah, besides that, thank you so much for watching this video. See you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.